This is my friend Lizzie, she's a twat.
Yeah.
Here's her video about how she works. What a tosser. My magic theory, it came from being at Goldsmiths, and Goldsmiths is like really hardcore. They don't give you an easy ride, which is good. They just tell you your shit because you are. And then like you'll be working on something and they'll give you an honest feedback, which will be like, that's shit, until, you know, you find a project you believe in. And you've got to, you know, I think it's the same with any project. You've got to live and breathe any project you have. And that's what they kind of instilled in us. I never wanted to become an illustrator. And then I just started looking at Sophie Calle. And she's like this artist who stalks people and writes all these notes about what people are doing. And she goes through people's rubbish and looks at their lives and like writes stuff about them, and that's her art. And so I started to look at that, and I really liked the idea of that. So one day I decided to do my own stalking experiment, and I went to the Tube, well, the East London line before it became the Overground, at New Cross Gate, and I stalked a guy all the way to Oxford by just following him. I followed him all the way to Oxford, and at the end he knew I was following him because he ran out of Oxford Station, jumped into a cab, and I was going to jump into the cab behind him and go, follow that car! I thought I didn't have enough money for a cab, so I didn't. I decided not to do it again, stalk someone, because I found that it was a bit weird. But it did bring me to a new level in my final project, and I started to look at like urban mapping and how you record a journey. And I remember when I started to draw the stuff I draw now, like cities and environments and textures on a route, it was like, it sounds really cheesy, but like falling in love, because everything I was doing was working, and the reason it was working was because I was following a process. So now, whenever I do a job or do a drawing, I follow this process, and it's like a magical formula. So you can put all your information to this, it's like algebra or something. You put everything you know about your job into this formula, and you follow it to a T, and it works. I think when I'm drawing buildings, it's kind of an instinctive feeling of like, you're looking up, like if you're in Liverpool Street, there's that lovely view when you're on Bishopsgate and you're looking down. Liverpool Street's on your right, and then Heron Tower is on your left. And there's just such a lovely, like, it's almost like a canyon of buildings that rise up into the sky, and seeing that just, it makes you want to draw, like, well, it makes me want to draw, because you kind of think, what a drawing that will make, like, just you know, the tops of the buildings disappearing into the sky, like vaulting up really high, and then that just comes naturally. I love doing like live art stuff, and I never thought I would, but the more I do it, the more I love it. And I love putting on a performance. I just did the job for Oxfam, and there was a lot of kids at Westfield, and they were just enchanting. They're lovely, and they're so interested in everything. Like, as they see me drawing, they come up and they just look, and they absorb the stuff, and they're so, because most kids love drawing anyway, like painting and drawing, and then one day, I think, I'm not sure when, but they just stop. The kids I saw at the Oxfam job were just so alive with excitement at watching someone draw in a big scale, and that was really lovely actually. That was quite enchanting to see them all really interested and really alive, looking at sort of something being created, and they do that anyway, they do that every day, children, so that's quite nice. That was really nice. Yes, it is cold. Stranger outside.